What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Washington Redskins franchise in Madden 16. And today, once again, we are taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. I have not yet decided if we're playing one or two more games. It's going to depend on what happens when I simulate. So this might be this wouldn't be the last game of the season. There might be one more game after this, or there might be two. I have not yet decided. Because I don't want to drag this out too much longer, because I do want to get a additional season in before the release of MLB 16, the show. So starting the game off, Deshaun Jackson, or was that Jameson? Excuse me, that was Jamison Crowder. He got a kick return touchdown right there, and it gives the Redskins an early lead. Now, for most of this first half, it was very gloomy, and it actually rained for several minutes at one point, I believe, in the second quarter, or late here in the first. It might have started. Actually, it has already started at this point. Before it was just cloudy. Now it does appear to be raining. So it just started raining in the last drive or so. The Philadelphia Eagles are trying to move the ball down the field. As we saw last time, their offense struggled quite a bit against this very potent Washington Redskins defense that has only gotten better as the season has gone on. E.J. Manuel is only 4 for 7 so far, and the team would not be able to convert on that third down, and they almost missed the field goal, but they just barely make it. It would be 7-3 Washington. And so Manuel drops back here on a drive later in the game, and he is going to roll out and scramble. We did not have a QB spy, and we were playing man coverage, so he had pretty much all the room in the world to run right there. And now he's going to get a pass out to the right to Riley Cooper, and because pursuit angles are so bad in Madden, just every Madden game, he does get a lot more yardage than he should have. The defensive end should have pursued him, or the linebacker. But there, Ryan Kerrigan gets a sack right there on E.J. Manuel's attempt to scramble unsuccessfully. Now he's moving around in the pocket once again, and he evades two defenders and is finally taken down, but not before getting to 3rd and 1 because of the tackling animations in this game. They would convert on 3rd and 1, and now he's going to pass it over the middle to Josh Huff, who is going to get them down to the 2-yard line, and they are knocking on the door. 2nd and goal, they run it in with Darren Sproles, who is starting today for some reason. Again, I don't know what their deal is with DeMarco Murray. But now play action. The Redskins would fumble, and Fletcher Cox picks it up for Philadelphia. And I decided to let him score because I figured it was easier to just let him score and get the ball back. Knowing our offense, we would probably get some sort of drive going. And you'll see whether or not that decision pays off right here as Jordan Reed makes a nice catch, pushes 2 defenders off of him, but then very lackadaisical effort by Jamison Crowder to attempt to block for him. Does kind of limit the yardage he can get, but that's not a big concern. Now Alfred Morris picking up a big first down right there, gets us out past midfield, and so we are 2nd and 6 now from the 38, and we're going to give it to Morris once again. Ran quite a bit on this drive, trying to drive it down as close to the end of the quarter as we could. 22 seconds left. Deshaun Jackson is going to get stopped on the 1-yard line, and we are going to quickly get back to the line as there are only 8 seconds left on the clock. And now for Morris runs it in with 7 seconds left in the first half, and the Redskins have pulled it to within 3, so we'll see if any luck comes in the second half. The defense got a big stop on the opening drive. Pierre Garçon makes a nice gritty catch right there with 2 defenders very close by. Does manage to hang on to the ball. Now Jamison Crowder making a nice conversion on 2nd and 5. Kirk Cousins has really turned it around after a kind of rough start with the weather. He has gotten acclimated to playing in the rain up to this point. Gets a 3rd down conversion right there with Pierre Garçon. And now from the 35-yard line in field goal range, Alfred Morris is going to take that one up the middle, and he gets a 15-yard run right there, probably one of the longest I've ever personally gotten with him. And then play action on the next play. That is going to go right side to Deshaun Jackson, and he gets taken down. I really thought that he could have outran that defender, but we would decide to run it in from the 2-yard line, with Alfred Morris, and that gives the Redskins the lead. And now Philadelphia on defense, they're trying to set up a screen, but Terrence Knighton and I believe it's Ryan Kerrigan combine for the sack right there as we defended the screen very well. I sent an outside linebacker to defend it, and now Deshaun Jackson on the punt return runs backwards and goes around, and this might be our 2nd return touchdown of the day. Not quite enough space on that side of the field, though. He does get us all the way to field goal range already without our offense even having to touch the ball, though. So that's going to be good, especially since Alfred Morris is getting big gains still. 8 yards right there, or 9 yards, And now 2nd and 4 on a later drive. And this is going to be Matt Jones, who came up big in the red zone. He had all of our red zone yardage. starting with that 8-yard run right there, and he is going to get a big touchdown right here. Look at the determination. Drags 2 guys into the end zone, not even a power back, and he manages to do that. And this game is looking like it's getting out of hand for Philadelphia. Now that Washington has really gained a lot of momentum, scoring 3 unanswered touchdowns and getting a screen here to Matt Jones, who's had a lot of big plays in this half. He gets quite a bit of yardage right there. And now from the 49, they are going to go play action, and it is going to be a pass to Jamison Crowder. Gets another short gain, but it is going to be enough for a first down, which is, all you can really ask of him. And now Kirk Cousins rolling out right. He's going to get this one to Jordan Reed down inside the 10-yard line. Not a super big contributor today, but he still had a pretty solid outing overall, as you'll see in the stats at the end of the game. And now Pierre Garçon, and yet again, we do not get a passing touchdown. This time he gets stopped at the 1-yard line. And this time we're going to go QB sneak, and Kirk Cousins does get a touchdown, even though it's not a passing touchdown. And it would really not get any better from there. There were 3 more touchdowns total scored, but I figured that since the score never got close, it was really not worth showing, or not 3 touchdowns, 3 scoring drives total left in the game. I figured it was not worth showing because the game was already so out of hand, and the game was never close. It was actually 45-24, and Philadelphia got a touchdown within the final 20 seconds of the game, so it really made it look a lot closer than it actually was. But that'll be it. Thank you guys for watching. We will see if next episode is the last episode of regular season gameplay, or if we decide to play 2 more games. But it will be playoff time here soon, so stay tuned.